Every champion's weapon begins as humble, silken threads of polyacrylonitrile. Tension is critical. A single broken filament costs the entire batch. In the oxidative dance, oxygen binds to the polymer, forging the backbone of graphite. Trapped in a nitrogen shroud, impurities burn away, leaving pure carbon crystalline chains. A microscopic etch, an electrochemical bath, ensures the resin will hold its grip. A protective veil of size shields the delicate fibers from the abrasive world outside. From liquid precursor to solid spool, the raw material is born. On silent wheels, the precious cargo moves to its next metamorphosis. Within these unassuming walls, the alchemy of composite science takes hold. The matrix, a symphony of epoxy, hardener, and secret catalysts, is brewed. Through a bath of golden syrup, each filament drinks in its future strength. Pressure dictates perfection, too much resin, and the racket becomes a slug. Chilled to stop time, the prepreg rests, inert and waiting. Frozen in suspended animation, the raw material awaits the call to action. Across the tarmac, the frozen heart of the racket arrives for its final shaping. Welcome to the Cathedral of Kinetic Engineering, where science swings. Behind the glass, the true artisanship begins. To weave a legend, one must first become sterile. A digital blueprint commands a blade. Each ply is a ghost of the final form. Stacked by hand, each layer's grain is a deliberate misdirection for impact. Within this metallic womb, a silicone heart awaits its carbon muscle. Layer by layer, the skeleton is built, each a different angle of attack. 100 tons of pressure seal the fate of the resin. Inflation forces the plies outward, kissing the hot steel of destiny. In the silent heat, the resin cross-links, and the carbon matrix becomes an indivisible whole. Cooled and unshackled, the rough diamond emerges, pale and proud. The first cut is the deepest, shedding the excess of creation. A digital chisel carves the geometry of victory, down to the micron. 16 needles punch the lattice, a home for the nylon symphony to come. The human touch, uncalibrated yet irreplaceable, bans the final splinter. A ghostly primer seals the carbon skin, readying it for the artist's palette. Color is more than skin. It is identity, fired on at 50 miles per hour. The final lacquer, a crystalline armor against the scratching of the court. The mark of the maker, applied with water and patience. The foundation of feel, a millimeter-thick layer of tactile memory. Plastic armor for the string bed, a guardian against shear. The heart of the racket, tension, weave, and cross pattern, is woven by human memory. A herringbone web,
Each intersection a lever for spin.
A millimeter off the mark, and the swing changes. Precision is non-negotiable. Under duress, we reveal the character. A perfect whip stores the kinetic fury. X-ray vision pierces the carbon veil, hunting the hidden ghost in the laminate. A critical eye, trained by years, seeks the flaw that reflects the wrong way. The weapon's voice, its ring, tells the tale of internal bond and structure. The final touch, the overgrip, the hand's direct connection to the carbon soul.
Cocooned in cardboard, the warrior prepares for its journey to the court.
12 warriors per box, a battalion bound for the far corners of the globe. Shrink-wrapped and secured, a monolith of potential energy.
In the giant vault, they wait, a forest of rackets dreaming of the serve. The journey begins, from factory floor to the gladiator's hand.
Bound and braced for the road, safe from the rude shock of transit. The exodus of champions, each a testament to carbon, heat, and human will. Even the shed skin is not wasted. The black gold returns to the earth.
In the lab, the invisible bond is quantified and certified.
Behind every frame, there is a heartbeat, a team, a shared pursuit of perfection. The furnaces never sleep. Under the stars, the carbon is born anew. Rain, sleet, or shine, the flow of fiber is relentless. Digital sentinels track every meter, a supply chain of absolute accountability.
Climate is the silent variable. Control it, and you control the cure.
The mirror finish of the mold is the mold of the mirror finish. Unseen paths, charted by lasers, move the heavy hearts of the factory. A degree off, a pound of lost feel, the angle is the law. Each racket's lifeblood is a fragile silicone artery, molded by its own master. A single bubble betrays a pinhole. Perfection holds its breath. A colossal pressure cooker, where heat and atmosphere finalize the bond. Man and machine, in a dance of thermodynamics. The liberation, a birth of heat and vibration. The last vestige of its molded origin is sacrificed to the router's kiss. 1,000 orbits erase the scars of birth. Infrared fire chases the solvent away, leaving the primer to wait. A precise recipe of pigment and polymer yields the shade of champions. The digital painter learns the curves by heart. Heat seals the graphic soul onto the carbon skin. The final plastic articulation, the guard of the string bed. 55 pounds, the tension of a professional soul. Microprotectors, shielding the heart of the racket from shear.
The ancient fulcrum tells the truth of weight distribution.
The machine swings it. The sum of mass and distance reveals its temperament. A sonic tap verifies the string's taut discipline. The cap, a signature at the base, and a door to customization. An edge of transparency against the abrasive grit of the court. A final human verdict before the world takes hold. A crystal shroud against the perils of the retail world. A little extra, a silent promise of care.
Hot glue binds the outer shell, a seal of authenticity.
A cardboard cushion between the layers of champions.
The armor of the edges against the rigors of the warehouse.
Into the lattice of steel, it disappears, a needle in a haystack of carbon. In the digital ether, the racket's coordinates are etched.
Aisle 7, slot 14, quantity 2.
A voice in the ear guides the hand to the right soldier. Not all champions are equal. Some demand a bespoke cradle. Paperwork, the unseen bureaucracy that grants the journey its wings. A steel tomb crosses the ocean, a cargo of aspirations. A click of finality, the journey across the brine begins.
Every drop is reborn, a closed loop of industrial responsibility.
The breath of the factory, compressed, dried, and distributed like lifeblood. The pulse of the plant, megawatts of energy tamed by switchgear.
Thermal eyes seek the anomalies that ruin a batch.
Skill is taught, but mastery is caught through hours of repetition.
To test the limit, we must break. 4,500 megapascals is the standard. Where a blade falters, water and grit prevail.
The throat, the fulcrum of all force, receives its extra armor.
A microscopic chemical barrier ensures the birth is painless. The physics of spin, engineered into a tiny plastic curve.
Ions neutralize the charge. Dust finds no home here. Positive pressure, a fortress of air against contamination. Silent guardians, ready to quell the rage of a chemical fire. No contamination detected.
Fire reveals the purity. The ash tells its lineage.
A river of chill, controlling the molecular race. For the connoisseur, a texture that whispers exclusivity. A unique identity, burned into the very fibers of the frame.
The handle is not just held, it is felt. It must become one with the palm.
In the handle's core, a gel sac absorbs the ghost of vibration. The hardness of the skin, tested by the humble pencil.
If the paint yields to tape, it will yield to the string.
In the microscopic strata, the void is the enemy of strength. A digital fingerprint, tracing every step of its carbon journey. In the resting place, climate is the guardian against the swell of moisture. In the dark, a mechanical sentinel retrieves the chosen one. A symphony of sporting goods, united for the final leg. The journey continues, one hop at a time, to the retailer. Power from the sky, a silent promise of sustainable carbon.
Okay? The clean hand is the first commandment of the clean room.
The thickness of the bond, a rheological signature of consistency. A cold kiss to prevent a sticky surrender. Sound waves scrub the hidden corners where resin dares to hide. Mechanical memory arranges the layers for human assembly. 1,000 tiny needles release the ghost of air. The vacuum's relentless pull ensures every void is banished. Data, not guesswork, confirms the molecular marriage. The blade's edge must be as sharp as the champion's focus. Every particle is captured. The air remains the worker's ally. The invisible river of air must flow faster than the paint can fall. Warm air seals the grip's final embrace. The string, the final and most intimate interface with the ball. A plastic shell, molded in a sister machine, waits to embrace its charge. For the aficionado, the package is part of the ritual. The wood carries a passport. No pest may cross the border. Across the blue expanse, the carbon warriors sail to new arenas.
A digital tether connects the factory to the distant market. Yes, the cargo is on schedule. The ETA for Rotterdam is 14 days.
The machines rest, but the human spirit resets for the dawn.
In the quiet hours, the watchman keeps the sacred space.
A drop of grease today prevents a breakdown tomorrow. Mercy has no place in precision. Failure is not an option. Even the flawed must return to the earth, to be reborn as something new.
From champion to chunk, the cycle of carbon is eternal.
The volatile spirits are handled with respect, or they bite back.
The silicone heart, too, is reborn.
"15 points of contact, 15 affirmations of heat."
A leather buffer for the high-stress junction.
For the worn joint, the gel offers a gentle mercy.
The shimmering seal of truth, a counterfeit's nightmare.
And this is where the carbon fiber is precisely molded.
Impressive quality control. The greatest endorsement is not a signature, but an admiring gaze.
For the master, we bend the rules of standardization. The paper trail is the legal testament of the carbon.
Congratulations on this incredible milestone, Marcus.
10 years of hands touching carbon, a legacy of touch.
The baton passes, the carbon never cools.
The pressure must be true. A false reading is a broken racket. Time is the enemy of the frozen. We race it for quality.
The numbers tell the story of the day's victories and losses.
The silicon eye sees what the human misses. Automated grit ensures a consistency no human can match. The pattern is a philosophy: control or chaos.
The calibrator is the truth teller of the tension head.
Every footstep must be purified before touching the sacred carbon.
The molds await, warm as the sun, ready to receive.
The harmonics of the motor must sing pure. The golden river, replenished for the endless demand.
A clean nozzle ensures the digital chain is unbroken.
The physical and the digital must always align. The heart of the iron horse is exchanged with brute force.
The air is tested. Purity is proven, not assumed.
Cloaked in black, the elite shipment waits for the discerning eye. The red button is the ultimate authority. Safety is never sacrificed. Numbers on a board, but pride in a team. A moment of chaos, swiftly tamed by quick instinct.
And this is how modern factories produce carbon fiber tennis rackets from start to finish.
A week of labor, sealed in a truck, heading for the world.
The final stamp, the final authority, the final blessing.
A temple of industry, a creator of champions. From fiber to fame, this is the hidden world of the carbon racket.